Okay, so now we are doing problem number 3. Problem number 3 says Benjamin made 3/4 quart of lemonade and Krista made 3/8 quart less than Benjamin. How much lemonade did they make combined? So the first thing that I'm going to do is write my sentence. I want to make sure that I'm answering the question that's being asked, and the way to do that is to write your sentence. So you can see that I wrote my sentence. They made quarts of lemonade altogether. Notice I used that unit quarts. I could tell because in my problem, both of my numbers, both of my lemonades were measured in quarts. So I know that quarts is going to be my answer. I can use it for my answer. If I had different units in my problem, then I wouldn't write my units because I would need to make some decisions about what unit would work best for the problem. So now I'm going to go ahead and solve it. I'm going to look and I'm going to think, are there any hidden questions in this problem? Well, there are. I can't find out the total until I know how much Krista made. I don't know how much she made. All I know about Krista's lemonade is that she made 3/8 quart less than Benjamin. So I need to answer that hidden question first. So I'm going to start off by thinking about a bar model for this. So I know that Ben made more lemonade than Krista. So I'm going to draw Ben's bar, and I'm going to label it with 3/4 because I know that his total was 3/4. And then I'm going to draw a bar for Krista. Krista's, the only thing that I know is that she made less than Ben. So I'm going to give her a smaller bar. And when I think about it, I know that she made 3/8 less. So notice I'm labeling that piece that's showing the difference between Ben and Krista's, the piece that's not part of the bar, with 3/8, because that's what the problem tells me. So looking at this bar model, I know that I need to subtract 3/4 minus 3/8. When I do that, I look, and the first thing that stands out to me is that there is not a common denominator. I need to change my fraction so I have the same denominator. So I think, which one would be the smallest number that both 4 and 8 could divide into evenly? And if I can find the smallest one, I always want to do that. For this problem, the least common denominator would be 8. So I can take my 3/4, and I know that 3/4 equals 6/8 because I multiplied my numerator 3 times 2 and my denominator 4 times 2. I multiplied the numerator and denominator by the same number. So I have 6/8 minus 3/8. 6/8 minus 3/8, when I subtract my numerators, I get 3, and I'm going to keep my denominator of 8. So I just found out that Krista made 3/8 quart of lemonade. So I just answered my hidden question. Now I need to find my total. So in order to find the total, I need to add Ben's lemonade to Krista's lemonade. Now I'm going to set up my problem differently so that you can see it in 2 different ways. Here I did my problem horizontally. Now I'm going to show you vertically. It doesn't matter which way you do it as long as it's going to work for you. So I have 3/4 minus, plus 3/8 because I need to find my total. So 3/4 plus 3/8, I do not have a common denominator. And I look and I say, I've already found my common denominator, which was 8. And I already know that 3/4 is going to equal 6/8. The way I know that is that I multiplied 4 times 2 and 3 times 2. I multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number, which is a version of 1. So I have 6/8 plus 3/8. I'm just going to carry that over. And when I add my numerators, I get 9, and I keep my same denominator. Now, you could leave this as your answer. 9/8 is the correct answer to how much lemonade they made. However, you might want to remember that you can simplify this fraction. If you don't simplify, you will not get the problem wrong, because this is a show your work problem. So let's think about it. 9/8, okay, is equal to how many wholes? There are many ways we can do this, one of which is to divide. And remember the top dog. Top dog, the 9 goes in the division house, divided by 8, and when we do that, we would end up with 1 whole, and we have this 1 left over. Remember, to make it a fraction, we take the remainder and we put it in the numerator, and our denominator is going to stay the same. It was 8, it was our divisor, and we're going to end up with 8 again. So we could write either 9/8 or 1 1/8. So they made 1 1/8 quarts of lemonade altogether.